A silent revolution is underway, not with weapons, not with protests, but with algorithms. From hospitals to Hollywood, from classrooms to coding labs. AI is replacing human labor faster than anyone expected. Experts warn, this may be the most disruptive economic shift in modern history, and yet, we are still unprepared.
All right, so it's tech layoffs going off right now. Meta laying off 5%. People like, oh, why are they laying off this and that? AI is taking people's jobs. People like, oh, no, they're not. They're improving. No, they're not. I have an AI employee company. We make AI employees. When we look at the data behind the, not just the efficiency, but the cost, the ROI, how much inexpensive it is to have an entire AI employee to do a whole entry-level task. I mean, it's insane. These Fortune 500 companies will rather pay companies that have these AI agents $10,000, $20,000 per agent rather than paying $100, $150 per person. You're saving nearly 10x your money by having an AI agent. So I'm telling you guys right now, if you guys want to learn how to do this or do that, or start your own AI agent company, start it now. Go to Google, go to YouTube. It's simple as that. If you want to use your own AI agents and deploy it and have like an AI agent agency, use my AI employees. Hey, I'm putting myself on self-promo. But yo, this is why a lot of tech companies are laying people off, because AI agents are so effective, cheap, and efficient. It's insane. But I'm just putting y'all on game, guys. Hey, don't take my word if you don't want to.
For decades, medicine was seen as untouchable, too human, too complex, too sacred. But AI is already diagnosing diseases more accurately than some doctors. Radiologists, once highly secure jobs, are now competing with machines that can scan thousands of images in seconds. Chatbots are being trained to provide first-line consultations, once the job of nurses and junior doctors. Even robotic surgeries are moving beyond assistance toward autonomy. What does this mean? Efficiency improves, costs drop, but entry-level jobs, the stepping stones for future doctors, may disappear. The medical field may soon face a paradox: better healthcare, but fewer human healers.
I'm a cancer survivor, and I just had to wait 6 weeks for a colonoscopy at San Francisco Kaiser, and it wasn't the results that I was hoping for. I got one of the layoff notices on July 17th, the same day I was having my colonoscopy. These are things that are happening to me, and I'm a patient as well as a nurse, and it's got to be stopped.
Hands up on patient care!
Hands up on patient care!
We are fighting for no layoffs for 42 nurses with Kaiser between Petaluma and San Rafael. And I got a layoff notice last Friday, and it basically says you have 60 days. After working for Kaiser for 27 years, I am angry, I am upset. I have to take care of my family. So I'm like, I cannot believe they're laying off nurses just like that.
Kaiser made $12.9 billion. It's a record profit for them in 2024, and they are already on track to do the same this year. I don't know how a multi-billion-dollar healthcare corporation thinks that laying off a third of their nursing staff in the outpatient clinics is in the best interest of patient care. Maria Ansari has this vision that virtual medicine is the way to go, but virtual medicine can't listen for fetal heart tones. Virtual medicine can't do wound care. Virtual medicine can't assist in an OR for a colonoscopy.
This is just not acceptable. It will increase the danger and unsafetyness of delivering patient care in the outpatient area. Premiums are getting more and more expensive, and yet the care is getting more and more diluted. It should be single payer. There should be more organizing of people to be union members. It should be everybody elevating each other to be able to unapologetically advocate for our patients and our communities together. This is a very unique moment, and everybody needs to wake up, and everybody needs to speak up, and there's power in numbers, and we all need to be in solidarity to continue to fight for our rights and change the dialogue.
The very people who built AI may be among its first victims. Software development, once considered the career of the future, is already being disrupted. Tools like GitHub Copilot and ChatGPT can write entire blocks of code in seconds. Automated testing tools are reducing the need for large QA teams. Cybersecurity, once human-led, is increasingly monitored by AI pattern recognition. Senior engineers may still be needed to oversee and refine, but junior programmers? Their entry-level pathway is shrinking. A generation of future developers may find themselves competing with the very tools they hope to master.
Microsoft layoffs go harder, termination effective immediately with no severance pay. This is insane. So Microsoft has initiated a wave of performance-based job cuts with affected employees losing their jobs effective immediately and receiving no severance packages according to termination letters sent to staff. The termination letters obtained by Business Insider state that the employees are being let go because their job performance has not met minimum performance standards and expectations. Impacted workers face immediate removal of access to Microsoft systems, accounts, and buildings. Now, in a particularly strict measure, the company is discontinuing healthcare, prescription, and dental benefits for employees on their final days of work. That's terrible. 3 terminated employees confirmed that they would not receive severance payments, underscoring the company's more stringent approach to performance management. Microsoft went on to say, "You are all relieved of job duties effective immediately." In the termination letters, employees were to return all company property, including car keys, corporate American Express cards, and any Microsoft hardware or software in their possession. The letters also warn that the future employment applications to Microsoft will be evaluated considering past performance and basis of termination, potentially affecting former employees' chances of returning to the company. Now, a Microsoft spokesperson defended the company's actions, stating,
"Watch as I realize I'm getting laid off from Microsoft after 22 years.
Creativity, the last stronghold of humanity, is now under siege. In Hollywood, AI can write screenplays in seconds. AI voice cloning is replacing narrators, voice actors, even singers. AI art platforms create visuals once commissioned to artists. And the most alarming, deepfakes. Entire performances can be fabricated without the performer ever stepping in front of a camera. For an industry built on imagination, AI is both a powerful tool and a frightening replacement. The line between art and automation is blurring, and audiences may not even notice.
The entire entertainment industry is out of work. Did you know that? The entire, millions of people are unemployed right now. The industry died. The way that the studios handled those strikes completely dismantled the industry. Meaning, they bankrupted themselves, refusing to come back to the table. And then with that, all that money that they lost, refusing to come back to the table, the contracts that we then won, made our labor too expensive for them to actually hire us. So they're pushing everything overseas. And then with the only money they had left, they bought a bunch of existing stuff. There was a huge shuffle of who owned what show, who owned what movie after the strikes. That's what they did with their money, was buy things that already existed instead of making new stuff. And then they're shooting all the shows overseas, and they're doing all their post overseas, and they're using AI, and it's just madness. The entire industry is out of work. Writers, directors, actors, crew, camera. I know people on the internet love the crew because they're the unsung heroes of the industry. They're all out of work. And I don't know if we all realize how deep the problem is. It's hard for a lot of people to think I'm out of work. It's no, honey. The industry died. You're not out of work. We don't have an industry anymore. The size of the industry is about 15% of what it was before the pandemic. And if you are in the industry, just know it's everyone. I equate this industry to an abusive, breadcrumbing boyfriend. Keeps you in for a long time because you get these breadcrumbs. And it's as though industry just broke up with us. And then they blocked our number. And we have no choice but to move on and do something else with our lives. And it's not that you failed, it's not that you didn't make it. We got released from this thing. And yeah, it will come back in some form, but who knows what form it will take. And in the meantime, we have to make money. And it's just a really crazy thing when an entire industry has to give up on their dreams at once, collectively. Or some of us will hold out for 2 more years and hope. People with rich parents, people with enough of a nest egg. Some people will stay dabbling in the industry, but a bunch of people are going to leave. Just so you know, that's where it's at.
The consequences ripple far beyond individual industries. Goldman Sachs estimates that 300 million full-time jobs worldwide are at risk of automation. White-collar workers, once considered safe, now join factory workers in fearing obsolescence. Economists warn of rising unemployment, shrinking middle classes, and explosive inequality. Governments may be forced to consider radical solutions, retraining programs, shorter work weeks, even universal basic income. But history shows that while past industrial revolutions displaced jobs, they also created new ones. The difference now is speed. This revolution is not unfolding over decades, it's happening in years.
I got laid off from my corporate job yesterday. And I think that this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now, and it needs to be shared because America is not doing well right now. We have a 94% prediction rate that the recession's gonna come, but yet our frickin' administration hasn't even made the move to actually say that a recession's coming. And let's actually call it what it is, a depression. People can't afford groceries, they can't afford rent, they can't afford buying houses, they can't afford having babies, they can't afford having the kids in general if they already have them. We are not in a good spot, y'all. I know that I'm just a number in a company, but I thought I was okay. You're going to think that you're okay because you've worked there for so long or you have the right experience. Like, you guys, I have an undergraduate in marketing, a master's in business, 6 years of paid social media experience, both on a strategist and manager level. I have done people management for at least 3 years. I'm a senior level in my career. And yet, when I was hired to do a senior level role, I was forced into entry level positions. I was doing entry-level work as a senior-level strategist, all while at the same time being asked to reduce my workload with AI, and our team was having layoffs every 3 months. I should have seen it coming. I really should have. But the thing is that it was not something that I saw coming, because the day before that they laid me off, I was literally talking coverage plans with another employee who was going on leave for months. How am I supposed to sit there and not think that I'm safe in that moment? I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that we live in a world like this where my manager wasn't even the one that fired me, by the way, or laid me off. It was frickin' HR, and they read off a script, but my whole team got laid off. And this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now. My partner is a first responder, so I'm very lucky for the fact that I can be leaning on him for support right now, because luckily his job is secure, thanks to the fact that number 1, his job is essential, and number 2, he has a union behind him. What I will never understand is why corporate agencies have not unionized. We're not allowed, right? We're not allowed. That's part of it. We'll get fired because at least in this corporate world, they're always gonna side on the side of business because that's what's making the government money. This world right now is not supporting people. It is supporting business. You are just a number, unfortunately. So please, prepare yourself for shit like this. I wish I would've. I wish I'd been applying to other jobs months ago. I just was so dumb to not realize the signs. I wanna talk about it. I think people need to talk about it. I think we need to make this more public. We all saw the jobs report. It was awful. Getting laid off on the day that the jobs report goes out, and it's 22,000 instead of 75,000 new jobs. You know how discouraging that is? If you know of anything in the marketing space, let me know. Use my comments as a way in which to maybe trauma dump.
So what happens next? AI isn't just replacing jobs, it's reshaping the very definition of work, value, and purpose. Will we adapt, retraining, reimagining, rebuilding? Or will we allow automation to hollow out entire economies while we watch, powerless? One thing is certain. AI is not the future, it is the present, and every day we wait to act, more jobs vanish into the past. The machines are not coming for your job. They already have it. The question is no longer if. The question is, what will we do about it?